Hey boys and girls, welcome back. Sometimes you take a picture with a camera and we see your whole body. You can do a selfie, you can face it towards you, or you can take a picture of somebody else and you see their face and their bodies on the outside. Sometimes if you have something wrong, like when Charlie hurt her arm, or if anybody hurts something, the doctor may want a picture on the inside, and a camera doesn't do that. So they use a special machine and they take an x-ray, and the x-rays show a picture on the inside of your bones. So we're going to put this up here. We're going to look. We have a special treat. We're going to take turns showing you some x-rays. Okay. This one, what do you think that may be? Well, it is the picture of somebody's knee. This is the top bone, and then the two bones in your shin and calf. So those are the two bones, three bones all together. Fibia, tibia, no, and your big thigh bone. Femur. Femur, that's it. Femur, fibia, and tibia. All right, so that's one of your knee. You can see the bones, and you can see the black here is everything else. It blacks it out, but makes the bones look white. That is an x-ray. The next one, I bet you might be able to guess what this one is. Look close. It looks like it may have arms or legs, a body and a head. My guess and your guess is probably a frog. And that frog, those legs will expand and let him jump. But you can see the frog, like all vertebrates, we call them vertebrates, that have a backbone. He has his backbone, and you can feel on your back, the bumps on your back. Those are part of your spine and your backbone. And here's his pelvis, which is where your hips are. And then here's his leg bones and his front leg bones, which would be like our arms. And you can see like his fingers. And these spots here are his eye sockets. So that would be where his eyes are. The eyes don't show up because they're not bones. Let's see another one. Ooh, this one has two. What do you think these are? Well, they're vertebrates because you can see the backbone, the spine. Then there's lots of other bones. I bet you guessed it from our aquarium trip too. These are fish. And this one looks like it's a piranha. And you can see the piranha has big teeth. Now all fish pretty much have teeth, but the piranha is known for chewing, being very vicious in kind of a mean eating way. And there's another kind of fish. I'm not exactly sure what kind of fish that one is, but it's a fish. All right, ready for the next one? Woo. Ta-da! This one is a picture of an x-ray. This happens to be Mrs. Jones' foot. So if you looked straight down at your foot, this is your ankle, your leg would come up here, and then these are the bones in your foot, and you can feel them on your foot. If you feel your foot, and you'll feel the bumps where the bones are. And there's her toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toes.
Boys and girls, it's my turn. Let's look at these x-rays. This one, can you guess what that is? That is actually a chicken. You can see its beak. Doesn't it look different without its feathers on? But that's our chicken. And you can see his wing, the bones that make his wings, his legs and his claw feet. That's our chicken. Let's go down here to this one, the first down in this row. It's a little tricky. That's a chameleon, which is kind of like a lizard. A chameleon usually is a lizard that changes colors depending on what environment he's in. We see his backbone and his tail. We can see his mouth, his eye socket. Let's see what this is. Now here's a lizard. Looks a little bit different than the chameleon. Again, we can see his backbone, his tail, his legs. We see where his head is. And what is this one? Yikes! Mrs. Jones doesn't like snakes. This is a snake. But look at what a cool x-ray he has. You can see how his backbone is curled around. You can even see his mouth with the teeth. No, that's not my favorite one, but that is pretty cool. That's a snake.
Hey, Mrs. Jones didn't like snakes, but I like snakes. I had pet snakes when I was a kid. So I don't mind that one. I like that he's coiled. This is an x-ray of another snake. And this is I think it's interesting. You can really see its vertebra. Remember we said it's a vertebrate, so it has a backbone. It looks like he's going to bite his tail, doesn't it? This snake, see how his head is kind of a triangle shape? That makes me think that it's probably a venomous snake. You don't want to go near a snake that has a triangle head. But really cool. The next x-ray is another reptile. And this is a real interesting... what do you think it is? You have any idea? See how it's got bones that go all the way around, even though its backbone is right up the middle? This is a turtle. And he's kind of pulled his head into his shell, and you can see his legs are just barely sticking out. Right at the bottom, there's his tail sticking out. What's really cool about this turtle is that it's a girl turtle. And I can tell that because if you look really carefully, this girl turtle is holding some eggs. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eggs that could turn into 7 little baby turtles eventually. It's interesting that you see the turtle is a vertebrate. It has a backbone. The turtle's spine, its backbone, is attached to its shell. So even though Bugs Bunny shows the turtle stepping out of its shell, that could never happen. That would rip off his back. That would be terrible. But that's so cool with the little eggs inside the turtle waiting to be laid. I have more x-rays though. Let's look down here and see what this one is. This is funny. What does that look like to you? What's interesting is if you look at the skull is your head bone. The skull is really round. This is an x-ray of a little spider monkey. Not a spider monkey, which is a small monkey. And you can see he's got arms just like we do with little hands. Here are his back legs, again with the femur and the other bone, tibia and fibia, and his feet at the end. His backbone, and I want you to notice this about all the animals, the backbone goes right down into their tail. That's really an important way to know that you'd never pull a dog or a cat's tail because you're actually pulling on his whole spine. And if you break it, you can really hurt the animal very badly. But that's its vertebra, its backbone. And you can see its chest with ribs, just like we have the ribs, the bones in your chest. All right, so that's pretty cool. The last one is actually a picture of an x-ray. It's a picture of someone's hand. See the bones in the hand? You can count. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers, just like all of us do. And each finger has lots of little bones in it. Look at that. 3 bones in each finger. And then there are more bones down inside your hand. If you look at the back of your hand, and mine's not very good because I'm wrinkly, but you've got a bone before each knuckle, each time it bends. 1, 2, 3 bones. 1, 2, 3 bones. Check out your hand. See how many bones you can feel in your hand. Yours would look like this if we took an x-ray, a picture of the inside. All right, so once again, all of the pictures that are up here on the board, they're not actually pictures. You don't see the outside of a person. These are made with a special machine. They are x-rays, so they show the bones that are on the inside. While we can feel our bones, these x-rays allow us to see our bones.